So in terms of solutions and long-term planning in Swan Lake, there's certainly been no shortage of ideas, whether it be from our engineering team, the community, many different experts. What are our best options for getting rid or better containing that water in Swan Lake?
We certainly here at Washoe County appreciate the patience, and we also appreciate the toughness of our residents that live in the area. You know, a few years ago when they were driving to work in the morning or going to school, they weren't driving next to HESCO barriers. They didn't look out and see all this water in Swan Lake. So we certainly appreciate the fact that this has impacted and changed the way that our folks live and go to work and go to school on a daily basis. A lot of people have said, well, there's a quick answer. Just go pump this water out or drill holes or build dams or do these things. And while that's true, once the actual solution or the outcome has been selected, the problem is that all of these things cost a lot of money. They take a lot of time and a lot of planning. And as Washoe County, you know, we want to make sure that we get it right. And we don't want to just pull a trigger and then find out years later that we pulled the wrong trigger, that there were unintended consequences that go along with that.
You know, we will get that direction from the board in the near future. We will then take that and crunch it through with the mitigation planning work. We will create a project, bring that project back to the board. Now, it's one thing to create a project, it's another thing to actually fund and build a project. And so that's going to be the other question that's going to come forward is how do we want to fund this project within Washoe County? Washoe County's got a lot of needs out there, you know, just with limited resources for funding. And so there's going to be a hard decision at some point on how we actually fund a sustainable project out at Swan Lake. And then that same model, if need be, will have to translate to Silver Lake and White Lake potentially if those basins continue to rise. But it's one of those things. It's easy to jump to the solution, you know, and create a project or something, but you really have to understand the end result you're looking for before you can actually get a viable project put together. You know, there are some steps we've got to take, and that's where we're headed right now, is to get concrete. You know, this is what we want to do, and then we'll bring back a project that will accomplish that, and then you know, a potential funding strategy for the board to give us the direction on.
Perfect. So it sounds like you're going to be coming back to the board soon in the next month or so with some options, and then we'll be moving forward from there.
That is correct. You know, it's you know, that's what the board is asking for, and the board's asking for the solution right now. But need to have that, you know, understanding of what we're trying to solve. Obviously, it's, you know, water in Swan Lake is what we're trying to solve. But do we want to create a lake out there? Do we, you know, what does that look like? There's different things that we can do, and we just need to know which one, and we can make it happen.
Certainly a complex issue. Thank you so much for being here and sharing some more in-depth insight into the situation in Swan Lake.